Sean went to bed.
I don't blame her. I ain't mad. Um, I don't have a song.
She over there watching Chappelle show and lying to us about
Watch the Chappelle show and listen to Brandy.
it.
That's
She go,
that's a
the camera gonna come on in the background. You go Chappelle show. Oh wait, what's up?
Fake revolutionary.
So we don't plan on being long but strong before y'all today. Dang, I sound like my dad. So this is episode 124. Haven't figured out what we're gonna name it yet, but this is episode 124 of Thank God for the Group Chat. I have with me Alana, T, and Devin is with us. Hopefully Sharice will be rejoining us soon. When we left off on Tuesday, Tobias didn't have an intro for us. That was number one. That was most important. At least you forget.
Tobias.
I just imagine JT Money's song "Who That" playing in before this, because I don't think he got many hits, and I think he would come after us for this one. Okay, I think he would say, "Hey, who that using my stuff?
Run me my money."
Oh, y'all using who that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna need that.
That's okay. Give me my check.
I'll be like, JT, what's nothing times nothing? What's nothing divided by nothing? Shoot. So where we left off talking about Daryl Walls, who is, I want to say member, but it's hard to say member like when you in the family. It's like saying Michael Jackson, who is a member of the Jackson 5. You know what I mean? It's like
But people say that, and it's weird. But
it is weird. Like, who's a member of this family? Well, I don't know. Joe Jackson probably was like that.
He probably was.
So, like, you still in the family, but you in the group, but you're not in the family.
Wasn't there a sister that couldn't sing? Yeah.
Say that what?
So wasn't there a sister who couldn't sing?
All of them. Minus Janet. What you talking about? A sister. Wasn't there a sister?
That laugh.
Janet was like, let's wait a while. Anyway.
You stupid.
He is a fool. Just all by himself. He don't need nobody.
I was laughing at the silence, and I thought it was hilarious.
I know you did.
So sometimes silence can make a joke even funnier. Though.
But that's exactly why it was funny to me. Because I'm like, it's not funny, but it was. I know it's not going to be funny, but the shit that y'all was dead silent.
Yeah, it did get like super. It got like super quiet. Like,
but I appreciate it because it let me know that y'all think I'm better than that joke.
I was gonna say a joke, but I think I'm better than that, so I stopped myself. The joke. Never mind. I'm not even.
No, what was it? What was it?
I was like, it did get so quiet that even David covered his mic.
Yo, look, I've been trying to go down here when I'm not talking. So.
That joke don't even deserve my breath on this.
Y'all some nuts.
Stupid. Yo,
I want complete silence on that joke. Hold on. Oh, I got tears. But back to Daryl Walls. So what do you think that it means for him going forward? Broad question, I know, but I'll refresher to our podcast listeners and watchers. Daryl Walls, member of the Walls Group. A video has surfaced of him kissing another man, which seems to be his boyfriend. Gospel singer. I I think it goes without saying that that kind of lifestyle is out front taboo, but a lot of gospel singers are closet homosexuals, if I'm to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But what does this mean for him? And I'm a believer. I love the Lord with all of my heart. But I will be the first to say that there is a lot of hypocrisy in the church. So cats will say, "You're not, this is crazy," but you got the minister of music going home to his husband every night, or trying not to commit suicide because of whatever it is, pastors, clergy, all of it. You know what I mean? So, but what do you think this means for him?
This is a heavy one.
Oh yeah,
yes, tough.
This episode is going to be heavy. A lot to discuss. And such
he has a lot of reflecting to do, and I mean, really, it's like the ball's in his court somewhat, aside from all the backlash that's going to come from it. But I mean, it's from this point out, it's up to him, and every step he takes is going to be extremely important. I mean, I hate to say this. Eddie Long's church is still full. Which that's not necessarily
you do know
a good thing. That's away, different. Right? Did he? That's between him and God. All right. Well, it was still full.
The fact that he doesn't know that Eddie Long is dead is incredibly funny.
Yes.
And he's been dead for a while.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
He's been going for
a You think Eddie's still up there giving sermons on Sunday? Will they still support Eddie?
He was about to stop laughing. I don't think we should go into this. I don't think
he was about to go. He was about to go into this. He was going to go in for like a good. It was going to be the rest of the 30 minutes. He said it was going to be the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
Yo, but the point still remains. I don't care. The point still It is the same point. Dead, alive, in limbo. The point still
remains. It's not going well.
It's not. Let's move
back
on.
out. Back out.
Back out.
How more?
Back out.
I get it, Devin. I got where you was going. How should the church respond to this?
Okay, that's a good question.
Very generic questions. So what? Just because they generic, they need to be asked, because I think a lot of times you see people think that they know where the church should stand on stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that that we are the voice of the church itself, but yeah, we are the voice of the church itself. So, no, but where do y'all think the church, how do you think that we should respond?
How the church should respond. Okay. How the church should respond.
Operative word being should. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Is with grace. It should be also from a place of understanding that, and I was just talking about this earlier with a friend of mine, is that though the church tends to emphasize and highlight the homosexual as the main sinner, as the biggest sinner, and obviously, I mean, I don't agree with that, and I don't think the word agrees with that either. And I think that when we recognize that our attraction to anything and anyone, depending on what it is relative to us, has led us to some form of, and can lead us to some form of sin, should humble us to the point of an understanding that what he needs right now, most of all, is grace. So I think that is how the church should respond. And what that looks like tangibly is being honest with him about what accountability is. If he is claiming to wanting to oblige the word of God, holding him accountable to that, but holding him accountable to that in a way that practically asks him, what do you need?
Yeah.
How can we help you? Not just giving him the Bible and saying, now go and be righteous. Yeah. It's saying, how can we be a support for that? So there's the practical, there's the spiritual. I don't believe that in majority that's how the church will respond.
Right.
Because just historically they haven't. And I think even them stepping away, because they are supposedly stepping away from the group, the Walls group, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that. Because I think that
who's stepping away from
so Alec made a statement about them not necessarily proceeding with the group at this point.
Oh wow.
But that Alec, has been,
for those of you who don't know, Alec is a member of the Walls group.
Right.
His little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Younger
and
brother.
So if that is the case, I'm not in disagreement of that. I think that stepping away from that platform to the extent that you can might be healthy if you're getting the help that you need, or the therapy or the counseling that you need, because he might be in a place where it isn't something that he's actively fighting. We don't know. It's a nuanced situation, and I don't think any of the nuanced answers require anything different than grace. Because there are times that we are in sin, we are not ready to change it. There are times we are in sin where we want to change it, but circumstances and other factors keep us from being able to put that in action. Then there are times where we decide no matter what, we're going to change it. We don't know what phase he's in, and all the phases require grace.
You throwing it to me? Pause. You giving?
Yes.
You giving it to me? Let me meet you. I don't know what essay you typing over there. Hold on. Yeah. For me, I think the egregious part of it for me is it seemed like you're carrying I don't want to say carrying on just because it makes me sound super old, but you carrying on a whole relationship. You know, and for me, relationship to me says that you're living in it. And you're like, I think it was like a group video, like you wanted like certain people to see it. You know what I mean? And it was like this thing, it looked comfortable. And don't get me wrong, I know what bondage doesn't always look like you want to get out of it. But you know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean? And sometimes maybe you've been in it so long, you like, maybe this is just all that it is for me. But for me, I would, grace, because we can't give anything but grace. You know what I mean? We shouldn't give any, thing but grace. You know what I mean? Because to whom much grace is given, much grace is required, right? But I would start with, man, are you a professing believer? If the answer is yes, then I would go to the next stage and I would say, okay, well, how do we rectify this? Like, do you want to still do this? Do you want to still, you know what I mean? Because, we talk about what the Bible does and does not talk about. The Bible is, in my opinion, is very clear on that. And so to live a life like that, you know what I mean? I'm like, and that's with anything, you know what I mean? It's not, and I mean, for this conversation, I'm singling homosexuality out because that's what we're talking about. But I always I'm like, okay, with homosexuality, I always like try to juxtapose it with some other sort of thing that offends God. You know what I mean? I always put it up with that. It's not ever this thing, well, God dislikes this more when you do this. You know what I mean? I don't look at it like that. You know what I mean? So I would ask that question. I would challenge him on his faith and on his belief in God's ability to do things in his life. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm also not the guy that goes, you can pray your way out of homosexuality. I do believe that it can happen. I do believe that there are spirits behind things, but I'm also of the belief that sometimes a thorn in your side is a thorn in your side, and God's grace is sufficient for you, right? So it's not to say that God made you homosexual. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that sometimes your desires don't leave you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo,
I believe that.
Sometimes your desires, they don't leave, and you have to submit it every single day to the Lord. Like, God, I wanna live a life that's pleasing to you. I know that this offends you. I don't want to do this, but I do identify as this. I am not attracted to this type of person. I'm attracted to this type of person. You know what I mean? And I don't, I'm not going to talk about whether that offends God or not, but like just the sheer fact of like the acting on it.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Where are we going from here, Daryl? But because my thing is this, like once stuff like this happens, you see cats tend to go the complete opposite way, right? And that's what we don't want to happen. You know what I mean? It's like, well, now it's just me and God. Forget the church. You know what I mean? But so my response would be that, like, get this man around some people that really love him and love the Lord. Go from there.
Exactly.
I agree.
And it would be dangerous for him to be isolated, which I don't think that would happen anyway. Just thinking about his family, but it would be really dangerous for him to be isolated, because it's one thing to feel as though you don't have support when you're in a room full of people, and then there's another thing to literally be alone. And it gives room for the enemy. It leaves room for your own thoughts without, running them by anybody else for, just a filtering process and seeing, hey, is this just me? Because we always seem right to ourselves. And so, I would hope and pray that is not what would happen. I highly doubt that is what would happen. He did a live. I don't know if anybody saw that. He did a live yesterday, and he got on there. He called the live Acts Church. Which
you posted it.
Yep. But he was worshiping the entire time. It was just 13 or 12 minutes of him worshiping, and he didn't say anything. And he called it Acts Church, which can insinuate a lot. It can insinuate the type of response he's hoping for. It can insinuate the type of response he knows that he needs based off of what the Acts Church represents. And so I think that he understands that he needs God, and hopefully he understands, even just based off him naming an Acts Church, that he still needs people. He still needs believers around him, even if he's particular about what believers are around him.
Right.
I saw the title and I was like, I'm not watching this.
It felt like it was gonna be a bunch of just a bunch of.
I thought it was gonna be like you was gonna try to trick Academy to death.
What that mean?
Pretty much. No, y'all ain't perfect. The Bible ain't say nothing about. The Bible ain't say nothing about no shacking. The Bible don't say nothing about shacking.
Dietrich said that?
Yes.
Lord.
So
I ain't been keeping up with Dietrich.
I wasn't, this was years ago. He married now. He married the person he was shacking up with.
Well, praise God.
Yeah, my whole thing was, I'm like, fam, we don't, I don't want to see any of your acts right now. You shouldn't be. And that's the thing that's my issue right now with that type of, and I don't want to say that type of church because I am a part of that church, but like charismatic church, or like, people that like expository type of praise. It was like, all right, y'all caught me. Well, let's get back. But the Lord is like, no, we can't.
We have to talk about this.
Yes. Ty Tribbett, we have to talk about this.
God.
Things that we need to talk about that should be talked about and celebrated. Hard cut right here. We're about to make a hard left. Kamala Harris, not Kamala, not Kamala, not Kamala. Kamala Harris will be the first Black Indian woman, first Black/Indian/woman VP of the United States. What are our expectations of this woman of color? See, right out the gate, we expect Black people to do stuff, especially Black women. So what are they?
when you're in that position, it's just I just want her to watch her back like she's never watched it before, and just
my bad.
You know,
I thought
you just-
I didn't know Sharice was trying to get in the street. How long you been waiting?
What
a
up?
while, but I was just like, y'all
I'm
going
Oh,
on.
sorry.
He really put you on mute.
I was like, this is awkward. I don't know what to do.
No, why you ain't text somebody?
I just thought of it now.
I didn't even see the text. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Well, you got a segment. We'll make that the last thing. You'll have your piece.
No, no, it's fine.
No, it's not fine. I'm in there, Keith. I just got the text. Okay. Who was talking? Someone was.
I wasn't saying much.
I'm gonna mute Alana because obviously she's like pressing a pen or something. I don't know what's happening.
Not.
All right. I said Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah,
Devin was talking.
Dev was speaking.
I was in a nutshell. I was saying I'm not expecting. I just expect her to, or I want her to just represent herself and people of color well. That's all. That's all I want. Like,
what does that look
that's
like?
all.
What's that? What does that
He
mean?
drinks his imaginary drink.
I'm actually.
It's simple. It's just, just getting in the position and doing her job professionally and not getting dragged down into all the back and forth banter, name calling, stuff like that. Just, keep her head high, keep her confidence, and don't worry about all the hate that's going to come. And I think she's the type of person that, she's shown that she can hold her ground and be strong. And I'm just looking forward to seeing more of that. That's all. I hope it stays like that. And we'll see.
I agree with Dev. I agree with Dev because as soon as she does something, they're gonna like jump on anything she says in a negative.
You're right.
Yeah. So
like she wear a suit with no sleeves or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's even gonna come down to
you know what I'm saying?
Wears.
Like can't do nothing right. We can't do nothing right. So I just want her to keep doing her job and not worry about the haters. And because like when you're in that position, there's so much. You know what I'm saying? Like all that behind the curtain stuff that goes on, and all the stuff they got to do every day that we have no idea about, and all the people they got to answer to, and stuff like that. And we only see like 5% of what they really got to do. And people don't think about all that other stuff. And it's like, it's very stressful. It's very hard. And I just want her to keep it together. And so that's all.
I don't personally have any expectations of Kamala. I'm hoping for the best. And that is literally all I have, because I think that I already had some iffy thoughts about her in general, based off her past political positions or, decisions. And so going into this very high position, I think I'm just like, I would like to see what you're going to do with it. And hopefully it's different than what I've seen you do in the past. And then that's
it. Here's what I think she should do. Get all them people out of jail that she gave third strikes to and kept them in prison for whatever it was.
That would help.
That would
help a lot.
There you go.
That would help my faith in her for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, speaking of faith in people, is Kevin Hart no longer funny?
He's not funny no more.
Is he too rich to be funny now?
Too rich to be funny.
But
at the point now, we say he's repetitive. Like it's like, all right, bro. Another stand up about your family. I get it. All right.
He knows it too. He starts off by saying it.
That special hurt my feelings. Literally, my face was straight the whole time. That bothered me.
Me too.
Because even when things aren't funny, they're funny to me because they're not funny.
Right.
Like I'm a goofy. I'm gonna find something funny.
Right.
About something. And
You're
not
goofy.
I laughed one time.
He said I'm not goofy.
You're not goofy. Goofy is I hate when people call people goofy.
Like ridiculous.
Goofy is like accidental.
Okay, maybe not goofy.
You're not
but
goofy,
I definitely like to laugh, and I am silly, and I laugh a lot at everything.
Silly.
And so for me, and I did laugh a few times, like maybe 2 or 3, literally. And I think that those were my own doing. I think I was funny.
I laughed once during it, and it was because I got a text message. It was a meme that I saw while I was watching it, so I didn't even actually laugh at.
That's not
thing.
what we're talking.
No, I didn't laugh at it. No,
we're talking about.
Kyle Lewis, shout out to Kyle Lewis. He said he's never been really funny. I think he's had.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I think he's had some very funny and quotable specials.
Grown Little Man was very funny.
But they've been progressively worse the richer he's gotten.
Everybody said that.
Like this. But
and Grown Little Man's still funny today.
He was more relatable then.
I like Seriously Funny better than Grown Little Man, but yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's because Kevin Hart kind of, even in this one, he's talking about how bold he is, but I think it's because he really plays it safe, in my opinion. Like
very safe.
Like he doesn't want to like cross too many lines, and then like our favorite comedians are the ones that like push the envelope, and Kevin doesn't really do that.
I don't even need you really to be pushing the envelope. Just be funny, man. Because here's my thing, right? You can see where his loyalties lie when it comes to comedy. He wants to be the richest comic that ever lived. So you don't care where the money comes from or how you obtain it. You just want to have the title of richest comedian. You want to be richer than Jerry Seinfeld. That's your thing. That's your thing. You don't care. So you do this movie. You'll do this special. You'll do X amount of specials. You don't care about the quality. You care about the quantity. I saw it when he was doing the when he sold out the
arena.
He sold out Financial Field. He sold out Financial Field, and he was like, "Yo, I'm the first person that ever did this." It's like,
and that one wasn't even that funny to me.
Yeah. Kyle Lewis says catering to a white audience is his objective now. That would be my objective too if I'm trying to be a billionaire. That's who buys things.
Yeah.
We would bootleg these specials if we could.
Grown Little Man is Seriously Funny. I had on bootleg.
See, he was like, I can't get no money from niggas. I'm gonna talk to these white people. Yes, white people know about bop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you talk about that piece, I was like, and then he wrote it out, and I was like,
yeah. He was trying to catch one with Bob. He was trying to catch one like he caught one with like the ones from previous times. You can tell when he's trying to catch one. Also, I give him the benefit of the doubt that we in quarantine right now, quote unquote. We're not really in quarantine. So you didn't have a real chance to shop these jokes around.
No, my nephew, I kid you not. My nephew said he went to a show, and he was like, Kevin, it was like during this pandemic early, and he said it was the same show.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well,
he said
we're
it was the same show.
Table then. Taking that off the table. I'll also say this: the fact that you call it, that you keep saying that you in your house, lets me know you're not in your house at all.
You don't think he was really in his house?
No, he's not in his house. What?
We don't believe he's in his house.
I don't know. He's not in his house.
Why?
Because you keep saying that you in your house, and you say I listen to stuff. You said that you have a brick house oven or a brick oven in your backyard.
He does.
You would be pointing to where it is if you did.
Not necessarily. I don't think so. I mean, I think he just wanted to keep saying it.
I'm also not done making my point. But go ahead.
My bad.
You haven't spoken in a long time.
No. My bad. My bad.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah. I was just gonna say because it was part of the.
That a Twinkie?
You know, the whole. That's part of what he was selling for the title of the special, right? Like he's in his pajamas. He kept wanting to mention that he's in his house. I'm not. It didn't raise any red flags or anything. But that's all. Go ahead.
He's not in his house. That's my point.
Was that he just wanted a Twinkie break, bro?
Kevin Hart is a liar.
Oh,
this is factual.
I think we know.
Did he just earn a whole character flaw?
No, he didn't just earn that. Kevin Hart has been a liar.
He been earned it. Yeah, he's been a liar.
He say it every special he do that he a liar.
Yeah, he has said that
all the time.
Yeah, he has said that.
Jeez.
What are some of y'all favorite Kevin Hart moments from past specials?
Look at my B mic being a B mic.
I think Grown Little Man is still my favorite, and I think it's more like nostalgic because that's how I met him, and I know all the lines from that. Like the what he tried to make Bop. There's a billion of those in Grown Little Man. That I still
it's a million of those.
It's a lot of memories around that actual special. So Seriously Funny is still really funny too, though.
Bro, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it earned its title.
He's talking about his dad, it's over for me.
Yes.
Like I think those are the funniest jokes because
Yes.
it comes from a hurt place. I think your funniest jokes come from a hurt place, and I think really deep down, like he knows his dad wasn't much of a dad, like you know what I'm saying. But he makes comedy of it because I'm like, some of the stories are jacked up. I'm sorry, the story about throwing your child into the pool knowing he can't swim. I'm sorry, as harsh as that sounds, I'm like that sent me over. I was dying, y'all. Y'all don't understand. So I'm like, he's gotten so far away from that. Like it's like we don't even hear nothing about the dad now. It's just strictly what's going on in his household. We don't hear about. It's just strictly his kids, his wife, and his dogs. And it's just like, wow, this is what you're limited to now.
Right,
like, that's crazy.
Did y'all think that Laugh at My Pain was funny?
Is that the last one?
That one was that one kind
of. I think he was getting
irresponsible
into that crossover.
There were some funny parts, but
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think I saw Irresponsible. I saw Irresponsible in person.
That was the greatest.
Oh, you did? Was it funny in person? Like, was it really good in person?
I think up until this very last special, I've still thought that his stand-ups were funny, not hilarious. I thought, okay. So they're the same in person.
Irresponsible was not funny.
I thought the whole bit about where he hid all the guns was funny in that. But maybe that's just me.
Fam, when you personifying a daggone raccoon, I think you getting that.
Personifying a raccoon? I don't even remember that part.
Because it's not a memorable joke.
Yeah.
I think what happened to Kev was in the beginning, he just had so much like I know.
Right. Right.
Stop. Look, so
and these are crimpets, not Twinkies. Thank you very much, sir.
Huh?
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I think it's just a classic case of running out of material. Kev just had a lot of strong material, so he was able to squeeze a good you got Grown Little Man, Seriously Funny. So he was able to squeeze a good 2 to 4, depending on who you ask. Successful, really funny specials out of that same stuff that made people crack up in the beginning. And now that I think he's run out of all of the substance material for him, and I think now, because I think every stand-up comedian has to realize where that point is. Like, okay, this is where I stopped doing stand-up. Let me go to something else. I've kind of run out of the stand-up steam, and I think Kev is now at that point to where it's like, bro, like you have peaked as a stand-up comedian for what it's going to be for you.
Yeah,
so, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just not that versatile. Unfortunately, there are some comedians that are super versatile and they can talk about anything, but Kev's not it. He just had a strong, like, base of what he was talking about in the beginning, to where he was able to squeeze quite a few specials out of it. But now I think he's just running out of gas.
I agree.
Kyle Lewis says he's got writers that made his story funny. But that's what I meant by like the quarantine situation. Like I didn't have time to really sit down with you guys to flesh this out. I probably did these jokes by myself maybe.
And also you got to think that Irresponsible, I don't know when he was touring it, but it was on Netflix. It premiered on Netflix last year. I don't think he really gave himself time to like have he talks about it in his book. I read his book, and the book is actually funny. And
the book is hilarious.
The book is actually funny. Hilarious. And in the book, he talked about how like the best comedy comes from your pain. He talks about that. He talks about how it took him time to like go to different clubs and learn like different tricks to how to tell the same joke and make it hit a little harder. And so, like you said, Keith, that's he didn't really have all of that. And I think Kevin should start going from like one special a year to probably, I feel like if Kevin gave himself time to actually live, then maybe he can come back funny. But like y'all said, he's not that versatile. So,
and that's the sad part. I don't feel like he's gonna go out here and live, because Kev thrives on the fact that he has a strong work ethic, like with the working out, with the consistency, with putting out work. He thrives off of that. And that's why I'm like, bro, you don't even realize it. Like, you're watering yourself down. Like,
he's too saturated. Yes, he's oversaturated. Speaking of liars, a Trump supporter wants a refund for $2.5 million that he spent to help fund the recount.
No.
What?
Is that key voice? Is that a key voice?
No, that's my answer. That's my what I believe Trump is in the White House doing right now. I told you, I think he's saying no just like that's everything. No.
He still hasn't seceded.
It's the price you pay for sin.
Trump. So here's a theory. Shout out to Brian Williams on MSNBC. He's so funny. Brian Williams is an artist, yo. Y'all know who Brian Williams is?
I think I've seen some clips.
I've seen him.
He's an artist. He will slip a joke in there so smooth. Like, you won't even know that it's a joke till like maybe 5 seconds later. It's like, oh snap.
Those are the best ones.
Yes. He does really like sneaky jokes. They're great. So speaking of of Trump was saying, no, someone on his show on the 11th hour was saying Trump is he just pardoned his boy. He just pardoned somebody. Whoever lied for him about the Jewish
the lawyer?
Russian,
the lawyer.
Okay.
He just pardoned him, and someone had the theory that Trump was pardoning him, and he'll pardon other people prior to his exit of the office, so it would build a case for him to be pardoned on his own cases.
Oh God!
So he's going to pardon other people and then pardon himself. Just a theory. I thought it was interesting.
I mean,
yeah,
it makes sense, I guess.
It does. I promised y'all 30 minutes. We are 10 minutes over. Sha, did you have any question you wanted to ask?
No.
Hey, man, you're supposed to have a question every week now.
I mean, I understand that, but if we over the time, it's cool.
You sound sad, Sha. Ask your question.
I mean, I'm down for the question.
How do I sound sad? I don't know.
You did.
You sounded sad. We all agree that you sounded sad.
I
She ain't got no question. She ain't got no question.
No, if we over the time, don't even worry about it.
It's all good.
Everybody go to sleep. Don't worry about it. I'll just hold my little question.
I didn't get my whole shit for nothing.
Ask your question,
bro.
I mean, y'all let Dev talk for a whole. 30 minutes about somebody who's dead, but then when I want to ask my questions,
She gonna keep.
She missed that part.
She heard it though. She was on the outskirts.
Oh, she did. Oh,
It's not
snap.
even like that. Y'all bugging. No, I'm straight though. I'm good.
Yeah, she ain't got no question. All right.
Yo,
Well,
y'all crazy.
yeah. I'm good though. Even though y'all want me to ask it, I'm good.
No, I'm okay, really.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, we thank y'all for tuning in to thank God for the group chat.
Oh, before we go, we got to give a shout out to Shadow. We can this episode's for everybody. No cuss words. Go Shy. Go Shy. She ain't cuss this episode
She did. Are we
or last episode.
are we
Aw,
giving
come
fish?
Hey,
on,
we
like,
Are we
did
giving
season
fish?
4. We in there.
Are we giving fish prizes for swimming? Are we doing that? Is that
No,
what we
but I know I shouldn't have said nothing because next episode we're starting out with the F word. But either
Are we
way,
giving
we in there.
goats? Are we giving goats gold for eating grass?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Lotta Zay. What up, cuz? Lotta Zay, amazing
man.
Jersey legend. Shout out to him. Gotta have you on, man. Gotta interview you again. Oh, speaking of interviewing people, we have Bump Tunes, Neptune native.
Tunes? Yes.
Yeah, next week. I spoke to him today.
That's it.
He's super excited about coming on, so we'll interview him for our Thursday episode. Be sure to shout out to Lotta Zay. He said whenever we can interview him whenever, no doubt. We coming, bro. But I plan on doing that, interviewing a lot of people from here on out. So maybe every other week we interview somebody. So if y'all got somebody y'all want us to interview, let us know. Hit us up at our P.O. Box 302, Woodbridge, New Jersey 07095. That is P.O. Box 302, Woodbridge, New Jersey 07095. Yep. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that jazz. Check us out live every Monday. If you catching us on podcast, that is great. We prefer y'all listen there, but y'all can listen also on Mondays. Anything else? Am I missing anything? What are y'all watching?
The Undoing.
While they wait, you watching The Undoing? Real
Yes.
quick, Devin.
What is that on?
Okay.
Hulu.
Valid.
Okay.
Hulu.
Devin.
I'm playing Need for Speed.
No. Okay, let me explain. So while you wait, shout out to you playing Need for Speed while we're doing the whole podcast.
Oh, so you didn't inform me of some piece, and now I look stupid. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
That was going on.
Yeah. While
Thank you.
I knew he was gonna be playing a game during this. I knew it. While you wait is a segment where we tell people about material, artistic stuff to watch or look out for while they wait for next week's episodes.
Okay.
What are your suggestions?
I'm on the spot now. I don't know.
Need for Speed. Okay. Shari.
It's not.
Sha.
Remember how I was saying I would go back and listen to a little dated album. So as of recently, I listened to the Evolution of Robin Thicke, and I was like, I remember why I like this album so much. It's a good listen.
Oh, nice.
That's Paula Patton, Robin Thicke. Before him and Kevin Hart started hanging out and cheating on okay. Anyway, he a liar. T.
What I got to recommend for you guys is this other podcast that me and Keith are doing called Seen It, where we review movies.
Mhm.
Good stuff. So yeah, I recommend that.
I should have went over this with you. I was going to do that,
Mhm.
but you my B Mike. You my B Mike. I should have went over that with you, and you were just doing your job. What else can they listen to or watch or read? Y'all need to open up a book. That's what y'all need to do.
Yes. Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Good book.
Okay.
Check that book out. It's a really good
Born
book.
a Crime by Trevor Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Tobias and his Hulu account. I've been re-upping on Family Matters episodes. And
That's on there?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I didn't even know that was on there.
Yes, that was the first
Tobias,
thing I
drop the
started.
info in the group chat. I love Family Matters.
He got about 6 people on there already. I don't think he got any more space.
Yeah, like I'm like
He
nice.
tapped out.
I'd be like, yeah.
That's terrible.
No, I've been checking out Family Matters, but if you want to read something, I listen to audiobooks because I don't really have time to read. The Power of a Praying Parent been super helpful lately. So yeah, keep your boy in prayer with that. Any closing remarks? Cause we out of here.
It was cool talking to you guys.
Yeah, I think we could
Very
work this
cool.
out, guys. I think this was cool. How y'all like this better than Zoom? I'm telling y'all how to
I'm
feel.
liking my
How do y'all-
audio been
how do
messing
you
up all
like
night.
it better?
How do you like
Somebody
this better than
chime
Zoom?
in and say I don't.
I don't. Audio been going in and out all night. I've been pretending like I've been hearing everything, and I'm not.
But
Aw.
okay. All right. So next week, 9 o'clock, so we can figure this stuff out.
Amen.
All right. All right. If all hearts and minds are clear, thank y'all for listening. Bailey, Daddy loves you.